I see you out there sitting alone and wondering if your life is ever going to turn around and be the way that you always dreamed it would be. The truth of the matter is, silence keeps you suffering and secrets keep you sick. Depression is the monster that thrives on you keeping your mouth shut and not sharing your genuine human experience, even when you fall from grace. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. The biggest enemy is the fact that we are shut off from each other and don't share what we're going through out loud and in person, I believe. Stay tuned for my unconventional views on what we need as a collective to make this tidal wave of depression go away. I'm Jennifer, and I help midlifers who are stuck get unstuck. When we stay silent, we continue suffering because we think we're alone, and we also failed to help other people, which will actually make us feel better and lift our depression. When we keep secrets, we feel shame and all alone, and we fail to realize that everyone that we walk among all day long has done the same sorts of things. But we're all just fearful of admitting it. The worst part about all of this is that with time, this can begin to manifest as physical illness. True story. True freedom comes when we speak up and share our truths. In that space, we discover that we are the same and there was no reason to hide in the first place. And the less we hide, the more others will come out of hiding. This is how we will heal our world. One of the biggest illusions that all of us have fallen under is the one that we are bad and we're the only person that's bad and we're all alone in that suffering. Things like cancel culture and ostracizing people who make mistakes has led to a huge fear in all of us that if we admit the wrongdoings that we've done, that we'll be banished or an outcast forever. And it's simply not true. Why there are people who feel like they can troll and judge and come out and call people awful things who have made mistakes eludes me. I do think that it's fear driven because those very same people who are doing that to you in the comments or calling you out on your missteps, they've done those very same things. They may potentially have done worse. They're just trying to not feel so bad about it themselves. It really is a sad state of the world when we can't admit our shortcomings, no matter how awful they are, and share that we were in error and that we were in mistake and to heal and grow and improve from that. I suspect that one of the reasons that so many people are depressed and so many people continue to get worse is that they don't have an outlet for sharing how they are and how they've been and how they're growing, and they become hopeless because we're really meant to share that human camaraderie and feel better as a result. So here are some of the ways why silence and secrets are causing you harm. First, they're creating an immense emotional burden. Suppressing our emotions is absolutely horrible for our heart and our emotions, but it is also exhaustive for our mind and can create fatigue and physical health problems. Those kinds of stress from feeling suffering and feeling guilt from secrets or things that are going on can absolutely mess with our emotions. It's no wonder so many people are depressed and anxious. Then we can have physical manifestations of those problems. Holding back emotions and secrets can manifest as physical symptoms like headaches, digestive issues, high blood pressure, or even a weakened immune system. We wonder why everyone is running around overweight and tired and stressed to the max. I know that that's one thing that just led me to leave my 9-to-5. I actually physically became ill and had to have my appendix removed earlier this year when I had an acute episode of stress at work. So it's real. Was it probably not so healthy in the first place? That's absolutely possible. But the fact that my body acutely let out that scream of hey, we're not okay, your appendix is going to explode as a result, that's not good. Leave in the comments, what kind of physical manifestations are you having of your stress right now? What parts of your body ache? What inflammation are you seeing? What symptoms are you having that don't seem to be caused by anything else? That can be a huge indication that you're keeping things silent, you're keeping things secret, and it's backing up in your physical system and it needs to be released. Third, keeping these secrets in silence can also create relationship strain. It can create distance and hinder genuine connection between one another in our intimate relationships, in our professional relationships, in our friendships, our relationships with our kids. The fear of being judged or rejected because of those secrets that we keep and the things and the topics that we stay silent on, those can make it incredibly difficult to actually vulnerably bond with another person. And that's what we need so much. That is what is going to create the healing. And then fourth, it can also lead to impacts on your mind. So things like rumination and cognitive load. Your brain can't handle constantly and obsessively thinking about those things inside your mind to the point that it wants to explode. No wonder you're so tired at work. You're mentally drained because in the background you're thinking about awful things and you're staying silent about it instead of sharing. You might not be able to focus, and no wonder so many of us have brain fog. Breaking the silence and sharing, I feel, come in 3 different levels of support. One of the first ways that you can start to get more vocal and open and end the silence is to first start journaling with yourself. Journaling is an incredibly safe space and a way of vocalizing yourself when others aren't hearing, and perhaps when those fears are still quite present related to shame and guilt and what may be going on. But finding a safe place on paper to get those things out is what is going to start to free you and help you feel more confident that everything is okay and you're going to be safe. I promise you, you have not done anything as bad as any other person. And if you can find the right circles to find forgiveness, it will serve you well. And then you can help others from their suffering. Writing about your experiences and emotions can be a powerful tool. This form of expression could help you in processing. While you still may be hiding a little bit from the outer world, it is definitely going to allow you to cross that threshold toward relieving your pain. The second tier of getting relief from staying silent and keeping your secrets is to share your story with a trusted confidant, a friend, a family member, or even a clinical therapist. They can help alleviate the secrecy and the burden, getting rid of those physical and emotional and cognitive overwhelm that you're experiencing as a result. Through that process, you'll find that you start to gain confidence because it takes a great deal of strength and courage to do this, despite being afraid, and you can do it. The third tier that I recommend for getting rid of your silence and becoming more vocal and shedding your secrets is professional help. I mentioned therapy a moment ago. It creates a safe and confidential space for you to share and really work on the hangups associated with whatever's been plaguing you. But I have a bonus suggestion. I think that the value of group therapy and healing is highly underrated. We've started to see this in some social media forums, but even in there, I can sometimes see them tail spinning into judgment. We need true forums of groups of people who are willing to hold space while others share their secrets and shed their guilt and their shame and are no longer silent and no longer keeping those secrets that are harming them so much. It's my intention to create a group forum just like that at some point as a part of this channel, and it's in the making as we speak. I really want to moderate and create a zone where it is safe for us to acknowledge how we've lived our lives, how the less than perfect aspects of that has shaped our demeanor and our need for healing, and creating a shared environment of forgiveness. Because when we can get rid of these secrets, we are so empowered. You will be so empowered. You will want to have faith in something that can guide you toward more success, and you will feel strong in yourself to go for your dreams like you've always wished, which is also something that I very much want to help my audience with, having traversed these very scenarios myself and coming out not clean on the other side, but just ready to take life, take life on, to live, to do what I want to do with my time, to save my energy and use it to help others in a way that I think will be helpful. I never could have done that if I hadn't navigated through these things. And I know that if I can do it, you can do it. I keep saying that, but it's so true. I really hope to be able to be somebody that can connect with you at some point and help you move forward in this journey. I think it's very important to note that I do not degrade the value or the high importance of individual therapy from a licensed or clinical professional. I have utilized that myself in the past, but I also find that sharing in a group really enhances that experience. Typically, when we go and see a therapist in the clinical relationship, it's not appropriate for them to disclose how they have had shortcomings in the past. It's a very one-sided discussion, and we're having a shared human experience. So use individual therapy where it's needed, but consider finding a really inviting, accepting, forgiving group environment like the one that I'm going to create and provide for you, so that you can shed these secrets and the suffering associated with your silence. While it may feel risky choosing vulnerability, it's going to blast you into the juiciness of life. I assure you, it gets so juicy. I hope that you've liked this video. If you have, give it a like and subscribe so that more people can start learning about how the secrets are making them sick and keeping them sick, and how that is not how it has to be, that they are not alone, and the world will start to be a better place. I can't wait to bring you some of my next content. It's going to be so wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today for this video, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao for now.